But as always in country Australia, you know, the real hero of a trip is the landscape. Now, on this one, I mean, I've been to Tuscany, should have saved my money, because the Strzelecki Ranges, I tell you what, stun me. Better, greener, less tamed, achingly beautiful with the Wilson's Prom and the coast, all visible from the highest hills and from our cabin at One Tree Hill. But how can a country this beautiful be this brainless? We saw wind towers even from there, luckily in the far distance and tucked behind another cabin. But again and again, in this gorgeous part of Australia, we saw them coming over the hills, cresting those hills of Kilcunda past the Phillip Island turnoff. When you see Bass Strait for the first time, there they are, straight in front of you, 6 wind towers, vandalising the views. In the Strzelecki Ranges, more madness, like the wind farm at Tura that looms right over that town, with the lovely ranges behind and with the magnificent prom in front. I mean, which politicians said yes to wind farms in our most beautiful spots, and often on the highest bits too, to catch the wind and to dominate the view? Now, I know it's not just in Victoria. Only last month, billionaire Andrew Forrest opened his new Clark Creek wind farm. The towers are 207 metres tall, up in central Queensland between Rockhampton and Mackay. I mean, again, lovely countryside, absolutely desecrated by people thinking that by destroying nature, they're actually saving the planet, you know, global warming and all that. Some hope. We can now start to fix this vandalism if we have a mind to. Those 2 Gippsland wind farms I mentioned are now among Australia's oldest and reaching the end of their operational lifespan. For a wind farm, it's usually 20 to 30 years. These wind generators at Kilcunda, they were built 20 years ago, and at Tura 23 years ago. So, time to blow them up, tear them down, drag away their plastic carcasses. But we should never, never replace them, because we have to retain and restore our landscape to be once again a complete refuge for the soul. Join me as Sky News regular Joe Hildebrand and Mia Schlicht, Research Fellow at the Institute of Public Affairs. Mia, how can we do this stuff to our landscape and to the most beautiful parts of it?
Well, because, Andrew, we're fools. Politicians here in Australia, they are fools. And the unfortunate truth is this wind, infrastructure isn't just tearing apart our natural landscape, which is absolutely just terrible. It's also dividing our communities and destroying our agricultural land that we all rely upon for the food and the fibre of this nation. And that's why we've got so many communities across the country fighting back against this. And just last week, I was in Albury launching the IPA's new renewable rejections database, which is a national record of over 150 communities that are fighting back against renewable infrastructure in their area. And since we launched this database in just a week, we have had dozens of new communities coming forward, emailing their requests because they want to be on the record fighting against this just terrible, terrible infrastructure. But as always, if you want to know why this is going up, you have to follow the money. That will answer the question. And here it's because there are billions of dollars in subsidies that Australians are paying for, and hidden charges on their power bills are going to companies mainly overseas.
Oh, I'm paying for the views to be wrecked. Joe Hildebrand, I know that, global warming, you think it's a serious issue, needs attending, but seriously, do these wind farms make your heart go pitter-pat, or do you think, oh my gosh, that is a shame?
No, they certainly don't make my heart go pitter-pat, Andrew. I know really well the country that you're talking about. It is incredibly beautiful. I've been there many times. I've had a very close connection to it. I mean, if global warming could be addressed adequately without building a single wind farm, I'd much rather that. I suppose the hard truth is, the real politic is that these things have to go somewhere. They need to go where the wind is blowing. They need to go within a feasible distance of existing infrastructure so they can connect to the grid, and that it seems that this location is one of the ones that was chosen that was able to actually attract the investment, because of course we know that there were some offshore wind farms in Victoria that actually failed to proceed because they did not get the overseas investment that they needed. And I would much rather have wind farms way off past the horizon offshore where no one could see them. But again, I suppose this is the price we pay for economic development. It's the price we pay for progress. There will be, again, they've got to make sure that farming communities are on board with this, but there are people who say that farming itself is defacing the environment because there was once pristine forest there and now that's been cleared. And again, I'm not of that view. And there'll be people who say that, the places where a lot of our coal mines used to be probably looked pretty beautiful once upon a time as well. So, in a perfect world, none of those, incredibly pristine environments would be affected. But if this is something we are going to do to keep up with the rest of the world, then this is something that's going to happen.
Well, I don't know, keep up with the rest of the world. Really, are we in that competition? And I wouldn't call it development, Joe. This is anti-development, of course, because it produces electricity too expensive and irregular for business to use.